So in the quest for searching the job that I like immediately after graduating, I had various options. I could work for large software giants. I knew that they would give me only one kind of job, but I didn't know that that was the love of my life. I didn't know that I would be happy doing that every day. I wanted to work in a company and learn firsthand how companies work. I chose a startup because I knew they would have real new ideas. I could venture or I could explore different things. So that's how I came to know Valued Epistemics. Spoke to them, I got an internship offer. My internship was to work on mobile applications. I really liked the work and the environment. I liked it so much that I wanted to definitely work for VEPL one day. And I definitely wanted to try my hands on different technologies. I couldn't get this kind of exposure in large software companies, and I would just be in charge of one small module, and they would just not know the big picture. So how do you come up with a use case? How do you come up with a software? In large software companies, they would split the whole application into small modules, and a fresh software engineer would be in charge of one small module. And you will definitely not know the big picture. You'll not be there when the use case is being analyzed and so on. In VEPL, I would be in charge software itself, and I would be part of it from the use cases, the requirement analysis, all the way up to testing, deploying, and field support. And I wanted to look at the whole picture just in the software engineering process. But in VEPL, I would come up with a way to just improve the efficiency. And I would we sat down and wrote down all the points or the features of the software and analyzed what they actually do. And I could also look at competing products and add use cases to our product. We were a team and we split into different groups and we designed the whole software. So once you're done with your programming and development and test your code or test your teammates' code and then identify bugs and come back and fix them. And then you again deploy it, you again go to the customer and ask them to use the application that you just created, and you can see them use the application and come up with improvements and come up with more ideas so that the next version of the software can actually improve that efficiency even more. So in a large software company, when the software is released, there is a lot of formal rules and etiquette before the company can actually know how your software performed, what is the feedback and everything. It has to follow a lot of hierarchy, and it's going to take a lot of time, maybe a year, maybe 6 months. It's a lot of time. But in a startup company like VEPL, once the software is released and the users actually buy it, and then they use it right in front of your eyes, and then you can identify the mistakes right away. In a large company, your manager or his manager will shield you from the direct customer. So his harsh feedback or his really happy feedback is going to be subdued, or it's going to get filtered when it reaches you. But in a startup company, you're going to see the user using your software, and if he is sad, he is going to tell you that the product is not good, it's really bad. And if it's really good, he's going to say that the product is really good and it's going to help him or her. And this actually is something that every software engineer dreams of, to know the result or to know the impact that he or she created when he wrote this application in less than a few days. Rather than going to a computer school and learning 100 different languages, because language is just a skill, you can acquire it anytime. The way your mind thinks and how you use your mind to solve complex problems is the main criteria for a software engineer. When I came to VEPL, I just knew object-oriented programming and C++. But then when the problem was given, we identified the solution, we came up with a software design and architecture and everything. And then there was a phase in which you got to identify the technology. In large software companies, the technology and the environment that you're going to work in is already decided. But in a startup company, you have the responsibility and the ownership to choose the right technology for the software, choose the right environment to develop the software and the application. Getting 80% or 90% or a gold medal because of your rank is definitely appreciated in any company. But it doesn't mean that a high scorer or a top scorer would have the same initiative and drive and the enthusiasm as a average scored student. I know a lot of people who have scored really high. I know a lot of people who have scored top marks and they don't have initiative and drive. I know people who score really high marks, but they can't solve any problems outside the textbook. I have friends who have a lot of backlogs and who have scored really average throughout their engineering, but they have a lot of initiative and drives. They could solve any problem given to them. We are there to handhold every new recruit and every new people who join our team. So when I joined VEPL, my communication skill was really average. But after I joined, I could see the customer facing team talk to the customers. I could see all the other teams interact with each other in a really formal way. And I was part of the whole conversation and whole communication in the whole company. So I definitely improved my communication skill after I joined VEPL. I had to work on 3 or 4 different applications at the same time, and each had different priorities, and I had to prioritize and manage my schedule and everything. Managing 4 software in your mind is a real challenge, and I definitely learned project management when I worked in VEPL. The environment is really informal because it's a small group of team who knows everyone. I could just pull up my chair to the managing director or to the vice president or to my manager and just discuss anything that I want, be it related to what I am doing, be it related to what the company's goal is, or see where my product and my effort fits in the big picture and the goal of the company. Since we work in an intense environment and everyone is dependent on everyone else, we form a really close group. There is no bureaucracy, everything is open. You can see the MD work in his room, and you can see your manager talk to his clients and all the other teams right in front of you, and you feel that you're actually your work is directly going to the benefit of the company and the world. And since everyone is working together, I have formed nice friendships which I hope will last lifelong. The projects that I was working on in VEPL is cutting edge. I definitely don't want to work in a large software company and create the zillionth banking application for the millionth client. I want to make an impact I want to do something that's really impactful. And in VEPL, we were doing anytime, anywhere learning. So this is really cutting edge. There was no other product that could actually help you learn anywhere and anytime. You could actually try your hands on different things and see where your love actually resides and see what job will keep you happy the rest of your life. For me, it has to be something that I love to do every day. I would like to think about the work. I'd like to imagine what I'm doing, and I'll just feel happy just by thinking that I'm going to create something useful. If you want to work only for money, and if you want to work with less responsibilities, then VEPL is not the right place for you. Whereas if you want to be part of a team which creates cutting edge technology, make an impact to the world and take a lot of responsibilities and ownership, then VEPL is the place for you to work. All the best, make an impact and choose VEPL.